What's going on, guys? It's your boy Aaron2for20 pulling up his mons for the new league that we are in, the USL. I had originally thought that this league was gonna start a month later than it did, or it wasn't even that. I thought that all my leagues would end a month earlier than they are. So because of me getting my math wrong, I'm currently gonna be in 4 leagues for about a month. Only 2 of them are gonna be on the channel, though. Don't worry, guys. You're not gonna get like 4 league matches in a day, and even then, these go up on Saturdays. So let's get right into the draft. First up, we got Mega Zard X, because Mega Altaria was taken, and I wanted a Dragon Dancer. I wanted something that had decent speed tier and decent bulk. It's not insanely bulky, but it's got some decent bulk, especially for a physical offensive mon. It helps with steel, with the Steel Dragon Fairy core, and it's really nice, especially with my next pick. Great physical attacker, great mon, especially in the sense that its typing offensively is phenomenal. Great ability. It's got some decent coverage too, and things like Earthquake and Rock Slide and all that. So it's got the Edge Quake. Let's see, guys, why I picked Zard X. Next up, so we did this in tiers. We did tier Omega, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and Z Crystal. So my next pick, I got 9th pick in the tier 1s for this round, because it got randomized each round. I don't know why, but it did. And I don't know how I got this 9th pick of that round, but I got Magirna. I figured my original plan was Mega Altaria and Heatran, but I figured I'm not picking Heatran up when I have a Zard X, so I went with Magirna. Still gives me a Steel Dragon Fairy. It's phenomenal mod, to be honest. Very bulky. Gets things like Shift Gear to boost his speed. It's got 115 in both defenses. It's basically a better top of any when it comes to bulk, in my opinion. It gets Calm Mind for setup as well. Very great special move pool. Doesn't have an insane wide variety of special moves, but the coverage it gets is great. It gets things like Flash Cannon, Flare Cannon, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Aura Sphere, Energy Ball, etc. It's got a really bad speed tier, but Shift Gear, as I said, it's like an agility, brings it up really high. Can outspeed like Scarf Zygarde or some shit. I have a calc for that. For something. What? Definitely don't. What? Don't listen to me. Don't. Oh shit! I deleted it. I was gonna leave it up here. All right. Don't listen to that, Retro. Definitely don't. Fucking don't watch my draft analysis, Retro. So next up though, we got Zapdos. Zapdos, I figured it's a fast electric type. I really like using Zapdos, especially from the PPC. Toasted Corn brought me a lot of good luck, except for when Magneton fucking came along and decided to crit me. Fuck you, Magneton. I'm still never forgiving you. But I figured, fast electric type, defog, helps great with Zard X. In fact, it works even better with Zard X because of the defogging away hazards than it would with Mega Altaria. Though it's still a great hazard remover, to be honest. It's got Heat Wave for coverage, and obviously hidden powers. Not the best special move pool, but it still hits what it needs. It gets Tailwind for team support, also Toxic and Whirlwind and shit like that. I can baton pass agility boosts, so that's pretty nice. It also helps fixing Magirna's speed, I guess. If I want to run like Specs or Assault Vest Magirna, I could always pass some speed in there to fix that. So that's Zapdos for you. Then we move on to tier 2, and again, I think I had 11th. Oh no, I had 14th pick, I think, for this pick. I forget what I had for Zapdos, but I know Suicune was near the end. And I somehow got Suicune. I was like, okay, you know what? There's no way I'm getting Suicune with this pick. I'm gonna go look into something like Milotic. But I got Suicune. I don't know fucking how, but I got it. Apparently everyone wanted to save their bulky waters, but I got Suicune. Gives me a great Calm Mind user. Great special move pool. Gives me another Tailwind user too. Can kind of space out on Tailwind. But I get things like Air Slash, I get Hidden Powers, obviously, Ice Beam, Water Stab, I get Signal Beam, Shadow Ball. So it's nothing insane, but what it hits is very well. Also, Suicune's got some more really nice bulk. Better bulk than Magirna does because of its HP stat, but it's still got those 115 in both defenses. Still get Calm Mind, so great mon. I can even run it with E-Speed if I want to, to catch off some people, because obviously, no one's going to expect 75 attack stat to run a physical move pool. But E-Speed's a move worth running. Next up, again, I don't know how I got this. I had I think the last pick this set, but I got Amoonguss next. Amoonguss helps with my bulk even more. It also gives me a fire water grass core. It it's very good, especially because I have Suicune and Amoonguss to take hits. I can always run them both either physically or special defensive, depending on what I need each type to hit. So like I could always make Amoonguss my special wall and Suicune my physical wall, or vice versa. Because they both have pretty evenly distributed bulk. Works nice for countering fairies and for taking hits from them very well. It's a very good mon with Generator. I almost got Tangrowth, but I decided that I feel like Amoonguss did the job better in this case. But I figured that with Synthesis, I got Spore, which is the one reason really that I wanted it over Tangrowth. I didn't want to have to fuck with Sleep Powder, and also because I wanted more even bulk, whereas Tangrowth is really only physical. Might change that because I ended up getting some really good physical bulk later on. Well, actually, my bulk is pretty even now I think about it, like for all my mons besides my next pick. But I figured that, you know, I got a lot that I can do with the Amoonguss. Stuff like Foul Play, I can go after physical attackers. I get Clear Smog to stop setup sweepers. I think Suicune also has Roar, so that's another way. So I have like 3 mons right here that all stop setup sweepers. So, I mean, I got a lot I can do with Amoonguss. Can't wait to actually put it to work. So, next up, we get Donphan. Donphan's the Don. I figured I needed a ground type. Stops Volt Switching from fucking me over. Sturdy's great because I can always guarantee I get up rocks. Great Rapid Spinner. Helps with Zardex, so I don't have to just run Defog, and I can actually still set up hazards. Get very, very wide physical move pool. And it benefits with our Z Crystal, which I'll mention later on in the draft. But Donphan, figure it's a great physical wall. It's a very dedicated physical wall. Also great physical offense. So I don't need to go for fucking Amoonguss or Suicune as a physical wall all the time. And Donphan can fill that role very easy. Let's see. I'm gonna fucking just copy and paste. That's how we'll get to the next mons. So let's see. Second Zardex. Here we go. Okay. So next up, we got Porygon 2. So Porygon 2 here, I figured, you know, this is a very evenly distributed wall again. I really wanted to kind of go for walls that can make either set. So then, like, let's say Donphan is a bad matchup. I could always bring, like, Porygon 2 or any of my other walls, and I can run them either physical or special depending on what I need them for. So I figured, you know, it was really nice. Porygon 2 with Eviolite. It's one of the bulkiest things out there. In my opinion, it's so much better than Chansey because you actually have a very good special attack stat to hit things with. You get things like Trick Room, which a decent amount of my mons could benefit from Trick Room, like Magearna, for example, and some more mons I'll get into later on. I get a very wide move pool of coverage because I'm a normal type. Normal types have great coverage. I get Recover. I could always even run physical, to be honest, with like Return. It's more so in VGC because it's level 50, so it's more viable. But it's still there. Magic Coat to bounce back hazards. I get Foul Play. So, you know, I have a decent amount that I could do with Porygon 2. I figured it's a really bulky mon. Next up, this was actually my mascot. And we did it so then you got mascots guaranteed. It was a free pick. So I got Minior as my tier 3. Well, my last tier 3. Minior offers a lot to my team. If you've seen any other league on my channel, you know how much Minior does and has done for me. I get very decent coverage. I can run Shell Smash. Something that I've always say that I can do, but I've never actually done it yet. A Stealth Rock lead with Explosion. With Sash, you know, it's not bad. I just haven't found the time to run it yet. But it gives me a backup rock user because before I only had Donphan. So I figured, you know, this was nice. Obviously, you know, Shell Smash is nothing, doesn't use that. I even get Calm Mind too if I want to run like Bulky and Trick Room or some shit. So let's see. Next up we go into tier 4. I had first pick in tier 4 and I was not fucking around with this. I got Hitmonlee. Boys. This thing is not offensive though. Don't let his 120 attack stat fool you. It's not offensive, guys. So you know we got this this Death Fodder mon that isn't offensive. Doesn't have things like high jump kick, which hit off if it's insane. I mean, not insane 120 attack set. No, I'm kidding. I'm naming this thing not offensive though because of the power rankings from season 7. So yeah. But anyway, to the actual Hitmonlee analysis. No, I picked Hitmonlee because it's a very good fighting type. Originally, I was gonna go with Sock, but I figured that, you know, Hitmonlee gives me Unburden, so it helps with speed a lot more. Because up until this point, my fastest things were Zapdos and Charizard being base 100. So I figured Unburden helps me get my speed up. Fake Out with Normal Gem, obviously, you know, great set. Bullet Punch is another form of priority I get on this. I get Earthquake, Close Combat, High Jump Kick, Knockoff, Poison Jab, etc., etc. I also get Rapid Spin on this and Sucker Punch for even more priority. I get Bulk Up for setup, as well as I think we also get Sword Stance. We do not get Sword Stance, but we still get Bulk Up, which helps actually fix our defense stat, which is shit. Because we have pretty good Spadef, but we have a shit physical defense stats. You know, this helps fix that. Hitmonlee, I mean, it's a very good Mon. Very great fighting type. Has a very unique speed tier too, as beating all those base 85s, especially after Unburden, even if they're +2. So, you know, hits a great speed tier. So next up, though, we got Yuxi. I figured that, you know, I was going for Mesprit, because Mesprit can do both Azelf and Yuxi's roles to a lesser extent. But I figured that, you know, it's more offensive than Yuxi and more defensive than Azelf. But I sadly couldn't get it. But Yuxi still has a lot to offer to our team. It gives us Heal Bell, so it gives us a Cleric now, which I really needed. Has very similar move pool to Mesprit, so I figured, you know, it wasn't missing out on much. I still get Screens, which is something I was looking for. So I get Memento with this, actually. So that could be really nice. I considered Z Memento, but I decided that, well, I considered it a Darkinium Z, but I didn't really find much I could use it with. I get Status with Thunderwave and Toxic. U-Turn, obviously, for Momentum. I get Rocks. This is another Rock user I have. A lot of my Mons do a lot of things, I found. Except for my last two Mons. My last two Mons get very one-dimensional. So, next pick, I decided that I had to go with your boy Sneasel. When the next up I went... I forget which I went next, but I know one of them I got Sneasel. The other one I got this next pick. That'll come after Sneasel. But I figured that, you know, Sneasel helps a lot. It helps take out really ground types, because ground types, my answers for ground types right now are more defensive Mons, such as Suicune, which isn't horribly defensive, but it still is pretty defensive, and Amoonguss. This gives me 115 speed Mon, which helps raise my speed tiers even more. I get priority in things like Ice Shard and Fake Out, so this is another Fake Out user. I love Fake Out, so this isn't too many Fake Out users, guys, even though it's only 2. Never have too many. But I mean, it gets a decent move pool too. Takes advantage of a lot of things. Sadly, it's not take advantage of my Z Crystal. But I mean, I have Sword Dance, so Hone Claws as well if I don't want to miss Icicle Crashes, because after 1 I guarantee hit everything, assuming there's no like Bright Powder shenanigans. Pickpocket's a great ability, especially after you run like a Sash or some shit, or if your item gets knocked off, because Sneasel is resisting the knockoff. Even though it's frail, so I mean, it might still take 1 from like a non-stab knockoff. I don't know. But Sneasel, I feel like it's pretty good. I think it's going to put in some work, especially for a tier 5 pick. And finally, the last one, we got Dusclops, because I didn't have enough bulk before. But I figured that, you know, Dusclops is a dedicated wall. It's so fucking bulky. It's so fucking insane. It's even worse than Porygon 2 for bulk. Or to have to kill, that is. But I get another Memento user. I get Destiny Bond as well, which is great. I get Haze to clear status, or more to clear setup users, that's what I meant. I get decent coverage, both physically and specially, which is something that really surprises me for such a defensive Mon. I get Taunt. Really, this thing is just a great status move user, to be honest. It's a great utility. So that's really why I picked it, to be honest. I didn't really pick it because of the bulk. That's just an added bonus. I also get Pain Split, which for a low ass HP stat, this really helps. I also have great bulk, so my low ass HP stat isn't going to be too bad, especially with Eviolite. And I get Calm Mind too, so if I go like physically defensive with Will-O-Wisp and Calm Mind, and I can run like coverage moves, you know, it's a great idea. I could go like Hex and Pain Split as my last 2 moves, yeah. But anyway, that's the team. Nicknames, I have a decent amount of them. Though if you guys have any nickname ideas, if it's for a Mon that I don't already have a nickname for, I might pick it. But yeah, so that's it for the Mons. And now for the Z Crystal, I picked Rockinium Z because originally I was thinking, you know, Stone Edge on Hitmonlee and Minior and Donphan, always gonna hit. I hate having to risk Stone Edge, so I figured that, you know, it's a good reason. But later on, after my draft, I think it was like 12 hours later, I was pointed out that Electrium Z would have been so much better, and I really wish I picked it, because for Z Crystal, I had the first pick, so I was really fucking pissed off when I realized that I forgot about Electrium Z, because it would have been great for not missing Thunder on Zapdos. Magearna could have also taken advantage of it, along with fucking Porygon, and still Minior could have taken advantage of it, so I feel like, you know, there's more opportunities there. I think Yuxi can still hit it, too. Maybe even Yeah, I could even go with Dusclops. No, I'm not going with that in Dusclops. Fuck Dusclops. But that's it for our draft analysis, though. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. USL matches go up Saturday. First match, I have the hardest person in my division, and I don't care if anyone gets butthurt that I call them not the hardest. I have my hardest match in my division first round, which is fucking great. It's up against Retro Surge. I'll have links to everyone in the USL in the description below. So make sure to go check everyone out. I'll get the heck out of here, though. Peace out, motherfuckers.